64-year-old Portland business owner. He erects a tent outside City Hall protesting a homeless shelter coming into his community. He is arrested and he is jailed. Meanwhile, homeless people, urban living all throughout the city, just doing their thing. No trespassing, no jailing, no nothing. Yeah. How does this make any sense? It doesn't. Well, let's talk about it anyway. Here we go. In what world? Oh yeah, let's this guy's outside making a protest, literally, and they're saying, he's trespassing. Make this make sense, right? Make it make sense. It doesn't.
Happen to know the owner of the Oro Apartments in the Pearl District is camping outside City Hall. It's in protest of a new overnight shelter opening next Tuesday next door to his property.
He says the Northwest Northrop shelter is going to hurt his business and the community because it's low barrier and more people will be able to use it. K2's Tanvi Verma joins us from City Hall.
Low or no barrier. Most of these are no barrier, meaning there are zero restrictions for the individuals that are staying in these shelters. There's zero restrictions other than you can't actually use drugs in the facility itself. But beyond that, you got people that are just absolutely whacked out of their mind because this is that whole housing first thing. If you take somebody that's mental and a criminal and a drug addict and you put them in housing, everything will magically just work its way out. And it doesn't. It's a wildly flawed theory, and that is why Portland is a wildly flawed city, along with cities like Seattle, San Francisco, LA, anywhere you got a big city that has followed this mentally retarded logic, which is, just give them a house, or harm reduction, all harm, no reduction. Let's keep going.
Where the owner is camping, and Thumby explained to us why he set up his camp the way he did.
So, Deb, interesting update. So the owner of the Oro Apartments, Paul Rudinsky, he's no longer camping here. We've been trying to get a hold of him, so we're working to confirm what happened with that. But I'll give you the run through. He was camped right here, about 15 yards away from those City Hall doors. And he was trying to make a point because he says that once the new homeless shelter comes into place, that homeless people will be lined up about 15 yards away from his place of business. So again, just showing them how it would feel. Now let's talk about this new shelter that's opening up. It is technically low barrier, which means you don't have to be sober, though drugs are prohibited. The shelter will also use a reservation system where people are guaranteed their bed from the night before for the next night. The city says people are discouraged from lining up more than an hour before it opens each night at 8. It will close at 6 a.m. the next day. The apartment owner is concerned about people lingering in the area during the day. So the city says there's already hundreds of people who are homeless in that area. So what's the difference if they have a place to stay at night versus what it is now?
Yeah, well, the Pearl District right now is the worst I've seen it in 4 years. In the last...
And I keep hearing that time and time and time again. Pearl District. And that's why I know about it, because I've been reading about it. The Pearl District, not in tip-top stellar condition. So this guy's business owner, and he's like, well, this isn't going to help out. Might as well go pitch my tent downtown. Little did he know, yep, you're going to be arrested for urban camping. Anyway.
2 to 4 weeks, it's gotten exponentially worse. And the whole reason being that I think they're allowing the tents and the people to congregate there and even telling people ahead of time about the homeless shelter coming there. So people are coming there looking for resources and stuff, and they won't find it because all it is an overnight shelter with no additional resources.
We reached out to the city and they sent us back a statement saying that they're working with nearby businesses, including the Oro Apartments. The city spokesperson says that a lot of their concerns are based off of what they're experiencing now, which is homeless individuals that may be having behavioral and mental crises in or around their businesses. Here's what Mayor Wilson had to say about the shelter last month.
When you have a community issue, they will be addressing it. We will start small. We will make it right. We will meet your needs, and we will exceed your expectations.
And how is that working so far? How is that working? What is your commercial vacancy rate in downtown Portland? What is your incoming business convention business like? It's the second worst in the United States for people coming from Canada, only to be outdone by the worst being Seattle. You've got a bunch of stuff going on in your cities that is preventing people from coming in. And it's because you've got policies like this where, hey, let's just, in an already overrun area, let's jam a few more hundred people with mental issues and with drug addiction issues and with crime issues. Let's just dump them in this community without any real wraparound services, and we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So this one guy goes there with the tent, and he says, no, I don't really want this to happen. And what happens? Oh, yeah, we got to send you to the gulag. What happens?
And the city says that the shelter will help address some of those root causes that will help keep people off the streets. Reporting live in downtown, Tanvi Verma, K2 News.
So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. But, whatever. Owner of the Oro Apartments in the Pearl District pitched a tent outside of City Hall. According to Multnomah County Jail, 64-year-old Paul Rudinsky was booked into jail not long after KATU interviewed him, setting up his tent 15 yards from the doors of City Hall. So they interviewed him, he got his tent up, and then boom, he got busted. Hey, they should have stuck around, KATU. You got to stick around for at least half an hour, find out what's going on. Somebody must have caught, they must have seen the media being there, KATU being there, and said, you got to get this guy out of here. This isn't going to go well for us. But if you have a bunch of absolute lunatics throwing Molotov cocktails and destroying the Portland State University's library, that's okay. That's all good. $1 million worth of damage to Portland State. It's fine. It's okay. I mean, free Palestine. Right? And you're left with, what? This guy's a business owner and he's doing something very peacefully. Those guys are not. And yet you're arresting one and not the others. Yep. Shortly before 6:30 p.m., KATU noticed Rudinsky was no longer camped in front of City Hall. Where did he go? Away. Not long after KATU interviewed him setting up his tent. According to jail logs, he was booked into jail at 5:39 p.m. I am surprised nobody has footage of that. I mean, they must have just, popped him on the spot, right? Hey, media's gone. Let's go get him. According to the jail booking information, Rudinsky faces a charge of second-degree trespassing. What do you want to bet he gets the book thrown at him? Oh, you're a business owner? You are a fascist. You are a fascist, and you are to be blamed for everything that has gone on wrong with society, including urban camping. Because, KATU has contacted the Portland Police Bureau to get more information about the arrest and not heard back. After he was released from jail Tuesday night, Rudinsky told KATU his arrest won't stop him from protesting, though he may approach it differently next time. It must have been because he encroached on the door. Got too close to the door. That is my thought. So handle it differently. Yeah, get like 20 feet away. But what he was doing is he's trying to make a point that, hey, I'm camping here. Where a lot of these, urban campers camp. I'm doing the exact same thing. And he gets popped. Before he was arrested, Rudinsky told KATU he set up his tent 15 yards from the front doors of City Hall for a reason. Said once the shelter is in place, homeless people will be lined up about 15 yards away from his apartment building. Makes sense. He's making a point. City officials, they do not like that. They do not like that. To get into a low-barrier shelter, you don't have to have identification. You don't have to be sober. You can't bring drugs into the center. But the problem is, and Rudinsky would agree, all that means is that you have brought a human element into the community that is based on homelessness, that is based on drugs, that is based on fentanyl, that is based on buying and selling of stolen goods, based on sex trafficking, you name it, anything to get money based on stealing from the community. You're bringing all of those people into your community directly because that's what those people do. So, Rudinsky is concerned with the facts that the shelter will only be overnight and that people who are homeless could basically linger around during the daytime. And they will. They'll saunter off for drugs. They'll saunter off for free food. They'll come back. He says he's already losing tenants in anticipation of the new shelter coming next door. Absolutely. You're going to. Anytime you put one of these shelters in, it is bad news for the adjoining businesses. And by bad news, I mean close up shop and go home. Go to a different community. The Pearl District right now is the worst I've seen it in 4 years. We heard him say that. We reached out to the city, yada, yada. No real discussion there. And if you question kind of this storyline that, you got a bunch of lunatics running around downtown Portland, look no further than a story from just a couple of days ago. Man stabbed, hit with skateboards outside Portland's Central Library. Now, this is reported on August 27th. July 1st, there was a shooting, a murder outside the Portland Central Library. This is Portland's biggest and most epic library. And you've got murders, you've got stabbings, you've got all kinds of shenanigans happening, right? Man was stabbed multiple times outside downtown Portland Central Library on Monday afternoon, according to the police bureau. Police said the 44-year-old man had just left the library about 5 p.m. when he witnessed a disturbance and tried to intervene. And he said he was attacked by 3 people, one of whom stabbed him while the others hit him with skateboards. Just chaos. Just sheer chaos on the streets of Portland. When you are being beaten with a skateboard, that's when you know things are not going well. A man was taken to a nearby hospital and is expected to survive. Suspects left the scene before police arrived, but officers tracked him to Northeast Portland's Holiday Park and arrested them. Library and county workplace security are increasing security officer foot patrols, yada, yada. Just 2 months after a deadly shooting at that library, which rocked our community, another victim was stabbed multiple times by assailants yesterday. Today, we learned that once again, the attackers came from inside the library with undetected weapons. How many more people must get hurt or killed until the county takes decisive action? But what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to literally arrest all these nut jobs that are running around and put them in jail? Are they literally going to put them into mental institutions and have them sorted out there? Are they going to put them into treatment and make them stay sober? If any of these questions are answered with no, then you kind of know where I'm headed with this. You don't have the resources to handle most of this. So you're just going to see endless finger pointing. It's his problem. It's her problem. It's his problem. He set this up. He did this. And you're left with, well, none of you seems to have a decent answer. None of you seems to have a decent solution. So let's just go ahead and continue this circle jerk of pointing at each other and going, it's their fault. Right? Because that's all you're really doing. And that's all that we're really seeing. Same thing, same exact thing with like the shootings in Chicago, where this past weekend you had an ultra violent weekend, 51 people shot, wounded, 9 people murdered. Some accounts said 7, some accounts said 46, 47 being shot. Anyway, it was not a good weekend. And then you've got Let's Go Brandon Johnson saying, I don't think bringing in the feds, I don't think bringing in the, federal troops is really going to solve anything here. It's fascism. And you're left with, okay, but you just had that weekend. What are you talking about? Let's Go Brandon Johnson. What kind of shenanigans are coming from your mouth now? Literally. You've got cities that are rife with this kind of criminal activity. And then what you see further from the left is, well, yeah, but some of these liberal cities, they have way less murder numbers than cities in the big Republican states. Yeah, but they're big urban cities and they're run by Democrats. So What I'd love to see is stats of run by Republican only, run by Democrats. See what those look like, because that's your real number, right? That's your real number. I was in, I've talked about this a handful of times. I was in Idaho this past weekend. And in order to get there, you literally drive along Interstate 90, and it's about 20 minutes past. And Spokane is Idaho. Maybe even, I think the border is even sooner than that. But it is a noticeable difference going from Spokane, which has kind of a grungy reputation. It's got some real crime going on. It's got some cool parts. It's got a cool golf course. It's got Gonzaga, where one of my guys that was one of my son Brennan's friends from high school, he just started law school. He started law school there today, in fact, Tuesday today, day after Labor Day. So go, Connor, go. You can do it. Lawyer up. Lawyer up. We need more lawyers because we need more people to prosecute criminals. We need more lawyers to sort out. Lawyers dwell on small details, right? No. Real success story for Connor. I'm super happy. But bringing it back to this podcast, nothing these folks is going to do anytime soon is going to have a remarkable impact on the crime rates, because you've got a system where you've built it. You have built the homeless industrial complex. You've built out a community that is based on drugs. You've built out a community that's based on people with mental health issues, addiction issues, crime issues. You've let them come into the community. You've done everything but give them the drugs. And now they're not going anywhere. So now they're just running around, whacking people on the head with skateboards, sometimes stabbing them, and then sometimes shooting them. And then you've got the stories where the mom, literally this happened, I'll bring my kids down here. It's fine. It's mostly good. It's mostly okay. And you're left with, yeah, till your kid get shot, till your kid gets assaulted, till your kid gets stabbed. And it's all good until then. It's always fun and games till somebody gets stabbed or shot, right? And then you're, it didn't work out the way we wanted. If we just had more housing, if we just had more gun control. Guy's using a stolen gun. Just absolute mental insanity. But that is how these big cities, these big blue liberal progressive cities, that's how they got where they are, based on pure insanity, public policy that does not work, that continually we watch in real time does not work. So, shenanigans for days, what does that mean? That means podcasts for days, weeks, months, years. Some are going to say decades. And I think they're absolutely right. This isn't going away anytime soon. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks again for joining. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.